Inside Out is presented by HTC. This is life. Connect with it. And sponsored in part by Luke Rankin, Rankin & Rankin Law Firm, and by Clark Parker with Myrtle Beach CPAs, and by Magnolias at 26th.
It's the month of Thanksgiving, everyone, and I can't believe it's already here. It's been a very fast year. Welcome to Inside Out. Well, as you know, we go inside and out of Horry and Georgetown counties, and this month it's amazing. We go to Aner, Gallivan's Ferry, Conway, Myrtle Beach, Pawleys Island, and we even do an interview on the state line between North Carolina and South Carolina. You're gonna love this month. And remember, we're celebrating Thanksgiving Inside Out style. Welcome.
This segment of Inside Out is brought to you by Magnolias at 26th for good old-fashioned Southern comfort food, where Mama eats.
We're in Aner today at a place known as the Blessed Barn. You're gonna love it. It's right between 319 and 501, and meet one of the owners. This is Melissa Nobles. And Melissa, I already am in love with this place. These barns are beautiful, and they're not old barns either. Y'all just built them.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me the story.
Our very first wedding here was April the 13th of this year, and it was our youngest daughter's wedding. So we are so excited about what's already happened and what's going to happen, and we call it our God plan. Never dreamed in a million years of doing anything like this, and here we are with a wedding venue.
Well, I mean, it was a saddle club years
ma'am.
ago, and it's still a working farm. What do you grow
Yes,
here?
ma'am. We have cattle and hay. So every year we farm normally about 15 to 20 cattle, and then we get to farm our hay here also.
And this was Victor's family farm.
Yes, ma'am. His grandfather and a friend purchased the farm in the early 60s, and then Victor's father ended up buying out the friend. So then it became totally, a Noble's farm, and now it belongs to my husband, which, Diane, if it belongs to him, then it belongs to me too.
Absolutely. But I happen to know that you rode horses out here as a kid. And
I did.
You and Victor had your first kiss here.
We did. It was a horse show. I'll never forget it. It was about dusky dark, and it was right down there, and we shared our first kiss here.
Gives new meaning to horsing around.
That's right. That's right.
So the Blessed Barn, you told me that this idea came up about how to add to the glory of this beautiful farm.
Yes, ma'am.
And you fought it because you said to the Lord, we got enough to do. I mean, you already had a job.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am a founder in True Aura Cosmetics, and the Blessed Barn really came about back in November of 2017. My youngest daughter brought it up, and we were just like, no, there's absolutely no way. And we just started talking about it, and Diane, we truly had a family meeting. I have 3 children, and they're all married, so really I have 6 children. And we just kind of all talked about it because we knew that everybody had to go all in for us to make this happen. So everybody agreed. We set forth, and Victor's parents were so gracious. They went ahead and gave Victor the land, and so here we are.
Oh, and you've done so much. I mean, you're not just running the place, but I mean, you put the chandelier together, you and your family.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
I've never been in a barn with a beautiful chandelier like this. You even refinished these tables were yucky at first, and you made them just gorgeous.
Yes, ma'am. We've put a lot of work into it. Our family, we've always loved to work. We love to be together. We done a lot here at the barn. We painted, we laid sod, we done tables and chairs. I mean, we just did whatever we had to do to make it happen.
Tell me about the barns in the back. Now, people can get married out in the field, so to speak.
Yes, ma'am.
You've got it all set up with a cross and haystacks. It's beautiful. But tell me about the barns here.
We have 2 barns, and each barn is around 1,500 square feet, and in between the barn is what we call the courtyard. So what everybody is loving is you can have like your wedding in one barn, you could have your reception in the other, or you can take the whole thing and set it up for your reception. So if you have a large, wedding, Most people so far, they get married out by the fence or by the berm. So they're liking the idea of getting married, outside. But then with two barns, it gives them, ways that they can think to set it up different. And then our back building, believe it or not, our barns are named. This is Faith we're sitting in now. This is Hope, and this is Love.
Oh, there's no charity.
No charity, no charity. So our Love barn back here, it is our complete dressing area for our bride and our groom. And they both have their own separate shower, if they're here and they need to take a shower to be able to get ready. And then in the center is our prep kitchen. So they literally have everything they need here, and we have a little building up there that you probably passed coming in. I call it the goodie barn because it has any and everything in it that a bride would need to decorate with.
Isn't that great?
Yes,
You've thought of everything.
We tried to. We want to make it so that it's fun and just less stressful, and what we found is the more you can have here, the less the bride and the parents have to, run around and get stuff.
Well, you're even directing weddings now.
Yes, ma'am. I have my first one to direct this weekend.
Well, you're going to be great. And let's face it, then you can give advice to the future brides on some things that worked and didn't work, etc.
Yes, ma'am. We've had 5 weddings here so far, and just the things that the creativity we have seen from the brides and from other directors, and so we're kind of seeing what works, and that's what we try to relay to our brides now, because we want their day just to be perfect.
But the Blessed Barn is not just for weddings. You had about 150 people here the other night.
Yes, ma'am. We were so blessed. We were able to host the Conway Oree annual Farm Bureau meeting. And so we had some great guests come out with such a great mission, because they're all about the farms and the farmers. So it was really neat. We've had baby showers, we've had bridal showers, we've had gender reveals. Everybody order pizza and let's come eat.
Well, I was thinking painting parties,
Yes, ma'am.
a lot of people are doing that now. Yoga here.
Yes, ma'am.
You need some goats.
Yes, we need goat yoga.
Goat yoga is something big, or llamas or something like that.
I don't know how Victor's going to feel about the goat yoga, Diane.
Listen, I bet you Victor will be into it. Now, people might think that it's hot in the barn, but you've got all these magnificent fans going strong. I'm not hot at all.
Diane, this is the craziest thing, is the breeze always shows up and shows out. It is amazing, and I think that being that the barns are sitting side by side and you can open the doors of all the barns, it's like the breeze just filters through, and it's always pleasant over here. Even if the temperature's hot, you still have that pleasant breeze that comes through.
You've got so many family members involved in this, and it seems like everyone has a part to play. Tell me about that.
Yes, ma'am. Victor and I, we have 3 beautiful children. Charlie's our oldest daughter, then Layton is our son, and then Madison, and they're all married. So we have Grant, Jessica, and Caleb, which we say are our children also. We have 6 children, and everybody has their talents. And we come over here, we work together, whether it's cutting grass, whether it's meeting with people. Our youngest daughter is a cosmetologist, makeup artist, so she's able to, help brides with their wedding day, even, getting ready for their photo shoots. So it's really been amazing how everybody's just kind of stepped in and used their God-gift talents to make the place work. So I always say, it's not really hard work on anybody, not when you got so many people willing to work. And then we have we have 3 grandchildren, but 2 that can work. So Noble is 7 and Hills is 4, and they come over here, and this is like their second home, and they love it. And baby Barnes, he's only about 3 months old, so he's too little to work. And Diane, we have 2 more babies on the way.
Well, you're going to have a staff.
Yes, yes.
I'm telling you, that's awesome. What about Victor's parents? I bet they're really proud to see how you've taken part of the farm and converted it for profit.
Yes, ma'am. They are so excited. They were on board with us from the beginning. They thought it was such a great idea. And as we were doing this, we were just thinking, what a great legacy from them to us to pass down to our children, hopefully, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and on and on. So they were totally on board with our crazy God plan.
Yeah, it really is.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful God plan.
Thank you.
And so Speaking of God, churches, I think about all the churches that plan picnics on the ground, but it might be raining that day.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
so I know you invite churches to come out.
Yes, we would love to. And one of our biggest goals is we really want to be able to host an old-time barn revival.
Oh.
So we're looking to do something like that maybe in February and just ask churches from all over the community to come together and have guest speakers every night and just gather people together for like old-timey revivals.
Pig pickings too?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We might even break out the clogging shoes.
And I happen to know she's a great clogger from yesteryear.
Yes, ma'am.
You clogged for how many years?
From the time at least probably 12, 15 years.
And you even did some big time clogging.
Yeah, at Tweetsie Railroad.
Duh. So if you're looking for a clogger who can direct weddings and events, who has this incredible, beautiful facility out here in Aner, it's the Blessed Barn. What a blessing for the Nobles family.
Thank you so much.
Best
Diane.
wishes to you. I'm so excited. I want to be invited to the pig picking.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Dear God.
Grits are not just for breakfast anymore. Get some great recipes up next on Inside Out.
Remember when Mama loved to cook? Well, now Mama eats at Magnolia's, and you should too. She knows that Magnolia's brings the Anderson family farm straight to the table. There's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and Sunday brunch buffets, plus a salad bar and banquet space available. As for the price, Mama says she can't cook it that cheap. Magnolia's for good old Southern comfort food that'll have you coming back even before the cashier says. Y'all come back, 26th Avenue North and Ocean Boulevard in Myrtle Beach.
No matter where the day takes me, HTC provides the high-speed internet services I need. HTC delivers faster speeds, 24/7 local tech support, and free in-home Wi-Fi right here to Horry and Georgetown counties. As trusted community members serving up world-class internet service, I know HTC will keep my family connected to what matters most. Because you are here, and so are we.
High-speed internet starting at 100 megabits per second. Call today.
HTC. This is life. Connect with it.
This segment of Inside Out is brought to you by Clark Parker with Myrtle Beach CPAs, proudly serving the area for over 40 years.
You know, grits are not just for breakfast anymore, and in case you didn't know that, here's the man to tell us more. This is David Dorman of Palmetto Farms. We're in Gallivan's Ferry today. This is a 4th generation farm, and the 5th generation has already been born.
That's true.
Tell me about those grandchildren.
Alex and Shepherd, and Shepherd's watching us right now.
He's excited. He's 11 months old, and he's already given you, like, what is this, a 5?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He looked at his grandpa.
He likes to wave too.
And he's just ready to follow in your footsteps.
I hope so. Yeah.
Let's talk about this because we featured you as one of our outstanding community farms about 8 years ago when we first started the show. And you have grown so much in 8 years. Social media has gone nuts for you.
It's gone up quite a bit. We're now the #1 selling grits on Amazon. So, of all brands, I'll brag.
That is incredible.
It is.
So people are ordering from all over the world.
Yes. In fact, my son told me the other day that we have more orders going to California than any other place. So, figure that.
Well, it's great that people are realizing that grits don't have to be yucky like some restaurants serve them. They can be magnificent.
Absolutely.
I make great grits, and I know you do, and that's what you're going to share with us,
Yep.
some great ideas today.
Yep. So basically, I'm just going to show you how to do the cream cheese grits. We did it in a recent home show. So basically, I've got 4 cups of water boiling. They're already ready to go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the other ingredients, and that would be the grits. And I'm just going to pour them straight in.
And these are your yellow grits.
These are the yellow grits, and then I'm going to put in chicken base. You can use chicken broth, but for larger groups and stuff, I like to use the chicken base, and it's called Better Than Bouillon, and the taste is awesome.
It is. I use this especially when I'm making grits for evening. Delicious.
And I like to use whisk, and when your water's boiling and you put the grits in, you don't want to wait a long time. You want to go ahead and start getting them all in, because grits are a lot of starch, and they like to go to the bottom where the heat is, and they like to clump and get hard. So we don't want that to happen. So basically, I like to do this. I'd like to just stir it till the water kind of gets incorporated, where it's kind of homogeneous. And then what I want to do is, once it comes back to a boil, let's see what it's doing here. When it gets, well, it's not quite to a boil, but when it gets to a boil, I'm gonna put the lid on it, and then I'm gonna set it down on low, okay? And then you're gonna simmer it for 20 minutes. A lot of people like to cook them longer. The longer you cook them, the more tender they become. Some people like them what they call al dente, like the spaghetti or pasta, but most people like them kind of smooth. So.
Well, I'm excited about this because I've never tasted cream cheese grits, and when I stopped to see you at the Home Improvement and Outdoor Living Show, you had already, well, sold out, so to speak.
Well, yeah. I should have made more, but
everybody wanted to taste them.
They sure did, and in fact, a lot of people remember us from being there years past, and they were kind of ganging up on me. So
while you're stirring, what sells better, the yellow grits or the white grits?
Overall, white by a lot. But South Carolina is a yellow thing, and some of the restaurants around like to use the yellow grits in their dishes. I guess it's what you grew up with, and my family for basically for years and years and years never did anything but yellow corn. So basically this has come to a boil. So at this point, what I'll do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to turn it down low and basically simmer it for 20 minutes or longer. But what you want to do is just take your whisk and stir it often. It just keeps everything kind of up, so away from the superheat, and you see it's boiling nice and easy right there. So okay.
And a lot of people think just stirring it with a spoon, but truly, if you have a whisk, it's better.
A whisk is a lot better. It
aerates.
Yeah, and if there are little lumps, it kind of knocks them apart. Yeah, if you do it, but you want to do it often. When I say often, once you get it to where it's back to a boil, I would do it every 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, so that means you're about 8 or 9 times in it. You're gonna go back in and stir it up.
And you've got some already prepared, so we don't even have to wait 20 minutes.
So,
I like it.
So basically, here are the grits. They're kind of, I'm gonna stir them back up. They're already cooked. And so you can see that they're already pretty creamy. But what I'm gonna do now is these things are gonna change a lot.
Look at that.
Okay, but I'm gonna show you what happens when the cream cheese gets in there. And I'm gonna put a whole block.
Why not?
Because it's awesome.
Well, not only because it's awesome, but at Thanksgiving, I don't think you should count calories. I think that's sinful to count calories during
Thanksgiving. I don't count calories anyway. So.
Okay, well, there you go. Cream cheese grits.
So if you see the color, and I'm making a mess here, but you see the color. Now, when I start to do this, watch the color of the grits change.
A little paler, a little paler.
Yeah, a lot paler. But they become like velvety. I can't even really describe it beyond that. So I mean, they're really coming around here.
Did you put any salt or anything in there yet?
With the chicken base,
you don't need it.
I don't need the salt. Now, a lot of people like to use chicken broth, and I do too. But to make it easy, and I can be real consistent, I just use the better than bouillon.
And sometimes when I'm making grits for evening, I will use the chicken broth and then just a little bit of the chicken base. So sometimes I'll use both.
Yeah, you can enhance it. Well,
there's some spoons in there.
Let's do. I'm just gonna.
Yes.
I tell you hold that.
Yes.
And let me hold this and.
Oh, I just want to taste it.
Just pull you a little bit over there, and you can.
A little bit, and a little bit more. Okay. That's great. Thank you, David.
All right.
Oh my gosh, that's you don't need salt.
No, it's there's a little bit of salt in the bouillon anyway, so and it's the real deal too. It's not something artificial. It's good
What's
stuff.
Amazing is there's no cream in this.
Right.
There's no butter in this.
Right.
And it tastes like tons of butter and cream.
Yeah. So basically, it's so simple. So basically, you have the bouillon or chicken broth, the grits, of course, salt whether you use the bouillon or not, and the cream cheese. That's it. And they are so good. I could I could actually put chocolate syrup on them and eat them. So
My
seriously,
goodness,
really good.
and you know, as much as I love chocolate, I wouldn't even put chocolate on them. I just eat them like this. It's wonderful.
But they're good for breakfast, or they're good. I know a guy that uses this. He's a caterer. He does catering, and he actually uses this as the base for his shrimp and grits.
Oh yeah.
So this is the grits, and he mixes topping to go on there. So
Absolutely perfect. Now you also have a wonderful packaged jalapeno cheddar grit.
we do. We have jalapeno cheese, garlic cheese, and just plain cheddar cheese for those that are scared of the other two.
Well, and yet the jalapeno one isn't too jalapeno.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's hot. It's not super spicy, but some people are just afraid of any amount of heat. So, but yeah, but I like them.
Have you been thinking about any type of packaging that you haven't done yet to mix in with the grits?
We've been thinking about changing up our cheese grits into using like a more of a what do you call it? A paste or a sauce. So we require different packaging, but yeah. So.
This was absolutely delicious, but I'm ready to taste what else you've made.
This is the sausage grits, and we use Jimmy Dean sausage in.
Wow.
And this is great for like breakfast, brunch,
Lunch,
or standalone.
or dinner. This is phenomenal.
It's standalone by itself. Yeah.
Okay. This is like. Now, did you put any cream cheese in this?
A little cream cheese, but no butter. Yeah. So.
Love that.
And this is a recipe I came up with. It's called Fiesta Cheesy Grits, and basically, I'll hold there. It's got sweet corn niblets, green chilies, and cheddar cheese in it.
Oh wow! And that's that.
Yep.
That.
The cheese.
And this.
Yep.
Oh, this is great.
But we also use the chicken broth in this also.
As much as people love corn on Thanksgiving, David, this would be phenomenal.
Oh, it's a great side dish. I always think of, when I taste this, I think of like a grilled pork chop would be awesome.
Well, you can tell a hurricane or something is getting ready to come up. But let me ask one more thing. Brag about your sons who have come into the business with you.
Yeah, my son's Andrew is in the military. He and Devin, the younger son, work with me, I guess, and they're helping us push the business where it needs to go.
It's awesome. It's 4 generations, soon to be 5 as those kids get older. We're in Gallivan's Ferry, where you can visit Palmetto Farms, and you'll love seeing how it's all brought together, and you too will become a regular internet customer. Thank you, my friend David Dorman.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Can I take some of these home?
Absolutely.
Oh, great,
Absolutely.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Saxophonist Dan O'Reilly, coming up on Inside Out right after this.
Hi, I'm Wanda Howard, and I've known Clark Parker for a long time. Clark has been my CPA for the original Benjamin since 2006. He has proven himself to be knowledgeable, dependable, and available. I consider him to be an integral part of my business success. I even trust Clark for my personal estate planning. Small problems or large, Clark can help you navigate through them successfully.
Clark Parker and Myrtle Beach CPAs, proudly serving the area for over 40 years. In our little corner of the world, the arts are alive. And locally, Create Conway wants to keep it that way, supporting our vibrant artists and encouraging public enjoyment. We all know the arts improve the quality of all our lives. So join with Create Conway, and together we can continue to celebrate the cultural vitality and vibrancy of our little corner of the world. CreateConway.org, the art of Horry County.
I guess by now everyone knows that the Grand Strand Miracle League was set up for special needs adults as well as special needs kids to play baseball. But did you know that they're also playing golf? And we found them doing just that at the PGA Superstore in Myrtle Beach. up right now, we've got some great music for you to brighten your day. It's saxophonist Dan O'Reilly, and we'll be back with the interview in a moment. You just heard a beautiful song from Dan O'Reilly, one of the best saxophonists I know, and I'm sure you agree. Dan has been well known as a professor of music at Coastal Carolina University, as well as the leader of the band UNI. And they were on TV with us many moons ago. But Dan has started his own solo act. And I'm wondering, why a solo?
Well, hi Dan. It's great to be back here with you. I started doing the solo sax by myself. I'm still doing the band, of course, because I'll never not be with a band. But there's so many opportunities in this area on the Grand Strand to do smaller things than a full-size jazz combo. So I said, why not? Plus, it gives me an opportunity to play some other kinds of music. As you know, my band focuses mostly on American songbook standards and original jazz tunes. But I like playing pop tunes as well. And so this gives me an opportunity to play everything from beach music to 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, some modern things, and just diversify. You know, if it's a great melody, I like to play it.
Well, recently, of course, I heard you play at the Pawleys Island Wine and Food Gala, and the folks just loved you. I mean, every time you stopped, they clapped. And I've emceed this for a long time, never heard that kind of enthusiasm over a local band. But you truly nailed it with a great variety of jazz to rock, pop, shag.
Yeah. There's so many great songs. It's why not play as many different genres as you're comfortable playing. And I'm sure, you know, somebody out there is going to like something. And if you don't like it, wait 3 minutes and I'll play something else.
I know your students love you at Coastal Carolina University because you also enliven them with all sorts of sax music, but of course in all those genres as well. You don't just stick to jazz.
Right, right. Especially as a saxophonist nowadays, you need to be as diverse as possible because you could, if you want to work, you know, you might be playing pop tunes in a wedding, you might be playing jazz tunes in a combo, you might be reading charts, doing something like that. So diversity, I think, is the key to succeeding in the music business right now.
So let's talk about some of the places you'd like to play as a soloist.
Well, that's pretty much anywhere, you know, that's interested in having a saxophone. People want live music, but they don't necessarily want a whole band, or they've done the singer-songwriter with the guitar thing, And there's a lot of that around town, and they're all really good guys, but it's nice to do something different. But I've played for weddings, private parties, anniversaries, in people's homes. I've played at nursing homes a fair amount of times. I've played for, like you said, the Pawleys Island Music Festival Gala. So I've played Brook Green. I've played all kinds of places that are interested in having what I do. And plus, it's easy. It's just a one-man setup.
Also, I heard you have a ton of Christmas music up your sleeve. You are ready for the season.
Yeah, I can do the Christmas holiday parties. I've got several hours worth of really nice arrangements, from some on the traditional side, some more up-tempo, exciting new arrangements of the classic Christmas songs that we all know and love.
So let's wrap it up with a plug for the band, You and I, because you play every Friday night at Travinia.
That's right. Yeah, we've been at Travinia in the Market Common for 10 years running now. Every Friday night, it's a great place to play. Food's great. Such a really nice atmosphere. Wonderful people, great, wine bar and stuff. And yeah, we're there every Friday night, and the hours are changing to 6 to 9 now for the fall season. 6 to 9 through the fall and winter.
So that's the band You and I, where you can hear Dan and some other great local musicians. And in wrapping up, Dan did not want to talk about this, but I decided to do it anyway. I want you to know that Dan has been in a cancer battle for the past 5 years, and his sister has set up a GoFundMe page. And so I just wanted to offer that to you, and if you would like to contribute to Dan's fight for cancer, for his medical treatment, we'd all love to know that you did just that. And coming up right now, another song from my friend Dan O'Reilly. Your gingerbread creations can make you some big bucks. Inside Out tells you how. Stay with us.
Honey, I think I'll adjust the thermostat. It's getting a little cool.
Mom, you don't have to get up to do that. I've installed the HTC Connected Home app on your phone. See, you can adjust the temperature from anywhere. Okay, Mom, I've got to go. Thanks for house sitting. Make sure to lock the door and set the alarm.
No problem. I have everything I need right here.
HTC Self-Install Kit, $0 with 36-month monitoring commitment.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
Right here in our own backyard, there are kids who are hungry. That's what Help for Kids and Backpack Buddies is all about. When the kids see this truck, they come running with joy, knowing that it delivers not only food, but hope and love. This all-volunteer organization needs your help, along with churches and civic clubs, to collect Vienna sausages. Then drop them off at Help for Kids' new home, or call them for pickup. The kids are counting on us.
Welcome to the original Benjamin's Calabash Seafood Restaurant in Restaurant Row in Myrtle Beach, one of my favorite places to get delicious crab legs. Mamie Gunter is with us right now. We're going to talk about their fabulous gingerbread lane, which will be opening up very soon toward the end of this month. But right now the place is filled with pumpkins. What's that all about?
We have a pumpkin contest every year for our staff, and they bring in all kinds of characters. We say no scary pumpkins, but all kinds of nautical themes, movie themes, presidential themes. They bring in all kinds of fun stuff for the kids and family on display here.
So when people come in to eat, they can enjoy the pumpkins. And you tell me that there's cash prizes for the employees, so yeah, I bet they're into it.
Yes, we have about 60 pumpkins on display every year, and they're a lot of fun to look at. And we have ballots out for the customers to vote on the pumpkins, and so they have a fun time voting, and their customers decide who our winners are.
So after the pumpkins are gone, you start 2 other wonderful promotions, Gingerbread Lane, and then you also have this wonderful cans project. Let's talk Gingerbread Lane first. How long has Gingerbread Lane been going on?
Gingerbread Lane has been going on probably for about 20 years, over 20 years.
And I know you want more and more entries, and why don't you just read off some of the categories for us so people know that there's got to be a category that you can enter.
Yes, we have a children category, we have youth, we have teen, we have adult amateur, we have adult professional, we have a group category for any kinds of nonprofit groups or church groups, youth groups to enter in, and we also have our staff division.
And I heard that there's close to $5,000 in cash prizes and gift certificates. So, why wouldn't people want to enter this?
Yes, it's fun. It's fun to do. And we also have the culinary judges come out, professional judges come and they judge them. And we have a reception where prizes are given, and it's a fun time, and it's fun to see too.
What are some of the houses that you remember from over the years? It's been going on for 20 years, and you've grown up here as the daughter of the owners. And so I want to know, what are some of the houses that you remember that really wowed you?
We've had a lot of different ones, and people have done the pavilion, which was fun. The pavilion. We've also had just beach themes, like beach houses. We've had beautiful churches, just different kinds of, people do wilderness themes. They do, someone did the Hard Rock Cafe when it was the pyramid one year. I remember that one.
And so when you bring those out, and that happens when? Right before Thanksgiving?
Yes, the week before Thanksgiving.
And then it's up for how long?
It is up until New Year's.
Mm-hmm. And so, Mamie, we want people to come in and eat dinner, of course, at Benjamin's, but I think it's really neat that you and your family don't require people to eat if they don't want to eat. They can just come in and see the exhibit, and that's really warm and fuzzy.
Yes, they do, and they have descriptions on each of the gingerbread houses that, and everything has to be edible.
And you mentioned that starting on November 13th, you start the Cans for Caring. Explain to everyone how they can bring in cans and save money on this fantastic buffet.
We do the Cans for Caring. That starts November 13th and runs through December 23rd. And it is you bring in a can and up to 15 cans per person, and that's $1 off the buffet, the adult buffet, up to $15. So it's
$1 per can.
Yes, $1 per can.
And you know, that really is a tremendous discount for families at a time that they're spending money on other things, gifts for the kids, etc. So it's a wonderful thing that you do for them. But then I also understand that it is your restaurant and organization that gives probably more cans than anyone else during this time of year to the soup kitchens.
Yes, it's a huge drive, and we're so thankful to be able to do it. And it, I mean, we have them stacked up in our lobby. They're overflowing, and from what we understand, the soup kitchens are very low at that time, and so it just really restocks them, and it helps the community and it helps us at the same time.
Thank you, Mamie. There's so many wonderful reasons then to come in and visit the original Benjamin's Calabash Seafood Restaurant. One of the best reasons of all, though, are the crab legs. Thank you so much, Mamie. Happy holidays to you, and thanks to all the folks at Benjamin's for the great things they do for this community. Get those gingerbread houses in, right?
Yes, thank you.
Coming up on Inside Out, a Georgetown County nonprofit that's truly making a difference for children at risk.
The Shepherd's Table of Conway. We are volunteers from churches, civic clubs, and businesses, providing a free meal each weekday from 4:30 until 6 p.m. for those in need of fellowship and love, the homeless, the hungry, or someone who's tired of eating alone. No questions asked. Come join our family. We need volunteers, food, fundraisers, and donations. It's the Shepherd's Table, 1412A, Gamecock Avenue in Conway, sharing God's love one meal at a time.
This segment of Inside Out is brought to you by Luke Rankin, Rankin & Rankin Law Firm. Experience you can trust.
We're in Pawleys Island today with Carolina Human Reinvestment. I want you to meet Gianni Gajo. And Gianni, tell me how long you've been here and where you came in from.
I'm originally from Benin, West Africa, and I've been here now. Yesterday actually was my 10th year's anniversary in the United States. I moved here. I wanted a better chance and a better life for my children and my family, so we decided to move here.
It's an interesting name, Human Reinvestment. What does it all mean?
Carolina Human Reinvestment, we really invest in human. So the next generation is our target. That's why we focus on the children. We invest on the children. We give them as much as we can so they can become a better citizen in our society.
So you work with at-risk kids. What qualifies an at-risk child?
Several factors are a part of the determinant for becoming an at-risk kid. But mostly, we're looking at the low-income community. We're looking at the children impacted by incarceration. We try to reach out to the children and help grow those children. But it's also a factor where, even though they are not at risk, they are living in the high poverty environment where it is hard for them to grow organically as compared to a child that is not in that environment.
Someone told me that part of your program is even just encouragement to let the kids know that regardless of their poverty situation or socioeconomic level, that they can do it. They can be what they want to be.
Diane, that's right. It's all about breaking that cycle. Because my parents have been in poverty, that doesn't determine the future of that child to become a poor adult. So our goal is to empower these kids, to give them tools, to encourage them to be there and just give them that push for them to make the next step.
So you have an after-school program, but you also have many facets of that. Tell me more, Gianni.
All our programming is around a concept we call No More, which is new opportunity, more options. So if you don't know more, then you can make the same decisions. But here we are, we're giving these kids more tools to know more, so they know they have better opportunities and more options out there. So the whole thing is gravitating around the fact that you can reducing the school dropout, reducing the teen pregnancy prevention, the teen pregnancy rate in the community, is attacking one problem at a time. So with the after-school program, why we have them with the tutoring, we have them with homework, but we also have the empowerment sessions where we take them out. We take them on field trips, college tours, and expose them to things they wouldn't be otherwise exposed to.
You mentioned college tours, so that says to me you have children of all ages here.
That is correct. We're reaching the kids from 1st grade to 12th grade. We do have a couple of kids that are in kindergarten, but going in preschool, but going to 1st grade.
I remember looking at your website, and you have a bike program, a community garden. So fill me in on those.
The biking is a group mentoring program. We use the bike club to get the kids on the road. But while we're having fun with them on the road, we stop. Like we will go to we can schedule a tour with a doctor. And at one location, when we stop, the doctor will come and say, "Hey guys, I hear you were here, and I wanted to share with you what I do." So then they have a chance now to interact with that doctor while we are cycling. One time we cycled at the Market Commons. We were privileged to have the provost of Georgetown Tech to come along with us, with his family. We did a great visit. But he shared also about going to college, what it is like to go to college, what options of career they have at the Georgetown Technical College.
I know that you have a program here in Pawleys Island, but you also have a very active program in Georgetown, but you need more volunteers to pull it all together. You even need more volunteers for that community garden.
We have been blessed with the community support. When you look at here at the community church, they really are about the community. They let us use the facility here to host the program. But also in Georgetown, we have the Housing Authority that is hosting our office. So on Wednesdays, for example, we have the volunteers from the Lions Club that come in and come and spend some time and read with the kids. Surveys show that if a child is not reading ready by 3rd grade, that child is very at risk to fail in school. So we try to encourage volunteers to come and just read with the kids. Now with the community garden, it's truly amazing to see how the community garden came along. This summer we had a wonderful garden. We have tomatoes, okras, and watermelon. It was all over. But we also were privileged to take the kids to field trips in Charleston at the Carolina Grow Food. So it was a very learning and very touching experience for the kids.
And with this being a month of food, November, of course, on Thanksgiving Day, Annie's Restaurant on Front Street in Georgetown offers a free Thanksgiving dinner to anyone who shows up. And she's going to be blessed with your vegetables from your garden.
Yes, we are working hardly on the community garden now. Hopefully we have all the crops ready, mainly the collard greens, and we will donate that to that event. What we want to take out of that is help our kids to develop that self-esteem and say, hey, we were part of something big in the community for once. So giving them that opportunity to be a part of something, giving back.
And having had Ani on the show and have eaten at her restaurant many times, wow, wow, and again, wow.
We are looking forward to it.
In wrapping up, who's funding this organization?
We have been blessed with foundations that have been helping us moving the programming, such as Banel Foundation. We are now one of the Banel Foundation sustainable partner. We also have DJJ and Skist out of Charleston. Is one of our founders. But we do have Fact Forward out of Colombia that is becoming one of our key partners. They have been supporting our work for several years ago, but now they're coming back and supporting our teen pregnancy program. So we're very grateful to have those. But we do have private donors in the community that are supporting us. So thank you very much. And this is the point for us to ask, if you ever want to get involved, just give us a call again.
They need more volunteers, they need more partners financially, and as you can see, they're doing great work on the South Strand in Pawleys Island as well as in Georgetown. This is the Pawleys Island Community Church offering what they have to give, which is a space, and if you've got something to offer, just call my new friend, Gianni. Thank you, Gianni.
Thank you, guys.
Next, we go back in time with State Line Movie Time.
Hi, I'm Luke Rankin. Horry County is my home. I was born and raised here, and for nearly 31 years, I've been helping people. I'm an attorney. When folks need help after an accident, if they've been injured on the job or denied Social Security benefits, they call me. No screaming, no crashing cars here, just a serious offer to help. If you need legal advice or assistance, go with experience. Give me a call. Luke Rankin, Rankin & Rankin Law Firm. Experience you can trust.
As fellow community members, HTC knows the precious value of family time spent together. That's why HTC delivers faster speeds, 24/7 local tech support, and free Wi-Fi. No matter where the day takes me, HTC serves up the world-class high-speed internet you need to stay connected to your world. Because you are here, and so are we.
High-speed internet starting at 100 megabits per second. Call today.
HTC, this is life. Connect with it.
We're here on the state line. That's the state line between North Carolina and South Carolina, between Longs and Tabor City. I want you to meet Sherry Barnes. Why on earth did she open a drive-in movie theater? Something from yesteryear, but yet she tells me families are loving it. Sherry, fill us in. Why a drive-in?
Well, I spent 7 years in surgeries and recovery. Beyond my control, a drunk driver hit me and killed my good friend. And I prayed, dear Lord, what could I do for the children that I met at Duke Hospital and their families? Where can they go to have a good time? They can't go to amusement parks or walk-in theaters, or resistance is low. What can I do for these kids that were in, believe it or not, worse shape than me? And just like Noah, God said, you're going to build the ark. So this is my ark. And occasionally I feel like Moses, the basket case. But it's been wonderful.
This is something that people of yesteryear, you and I and our parents used to do for entertainment, and now it's an opportunity for people to come and bring kids. And you told me all the movies are family oriented.
They're family oriented, they're new movies. They're new movies, and Diane, the only thing old out here is me and my tractors.
Oh my goodness, but you're having the time of your life. I'm told that you play games out here with the kids.
Yes, ma'am. We have a hula hoop contest, and there's several winners. We have cornhole. We have pennies from heaven. We have so many games and activities that aren't your normal free things to do for the kids. They run themselves down, they get something to eat, they sit back and watch a movie. And then we have a free raffle, and then the parents can enjoy the second movie. But the first movie's always played something for the kids, and then we do something a little more for the adults. But the younger children are usually tired, or they go home, or they're asleep, so the parents can relax. So it's something for everyone, for the handicapped, for the seniors, for all of us. We're biker friendly, we're golfer friendly.
You're pet friendly.
We're very pet friendly. We have had pet pigs on harnesses, pet iguanas.
Really?
Lots of beautiful puppies. And we everything's on a leash. And we love the animals. We love the children. We love the people. And they have a great, comfortable, relaxing time here.
Sherry, you told me that you wanted to invite nonprofits to come out. I know that when you sell popcorn and things like that, you donate the money to various nonprofits, but you really want nonprofits to consider this as a fundraising opportunity out here.
Absolutely. I will host the nonprofits and advertise them and really make it happen. Our next nonprofit is a tractor trailer load of provisions given away to the first 350 cars. and it's done with Spokes of Hope and myself and the volunteer fire departments and Loris Police Department. So we all get in here and pitch in and help each other.
How about concerts? This could be a great concert venue.
Yes, ma'am. We are in the process of building the stages. We are in phase 1, and the stage is yet to be built, and it should be complete by spring. And then we have 2 more phases coming in, and we should have probably about 7 or 8 stages going on like a festival. And we have some big national name bands that have committed. We will be voting on the genre of music. We will be voting on movies, which we already are. And you could call in and suggest a movie, and we put it out there and see what kind of votes we get. And we try to do the newest of movies. A lot of seniors want to see good old cowboy movies out here. So we'll eventually do a night of just cowboy movies.
And finally, you've got a really funky t-shirt you want to show everyone. It says Sherry's back, and that's what it's on the back of the t-shirt, so that's kind of appropriate, but you're back by popular demand to the community.
Yes, ma'am. I was in recovery and surgeries for 7 years, so a lot of people wondered what happened to me. I didn't want to be a burden. I just wanted to get well, and praise God, his hands touched me. And so we offer the t-shirts, and you can have your own name put on the back. And so it's a lot of fun. We have a lot of children that love them. And we offer a lot of concessions and toys, and everything's affordable. Popcorn's $3. Of course, it goes to charity. We have cotton candy, every kind of theater candy. We have Pepsi products, Gatorade water, and nothing's more than $3, $4.
And speaking of concessions, I heard you can even bring your own food and cook out here?
Yes, ma'am. You can bring a cooler, you can bring a grill, you can bring your refrigerator. Everything you bring in, whether it's just a bottle of water, is a $10 fee because it kills my concessions. And that's my bread and butter to keep the power on. Please support our concessions so we can continue to entertain you.
Enough, it's making me hungry. This is a State Line movie time, and we want y'all to come and bring the whole family. The season's right, the heat is gone, so come on over and enjoy it between Longs and Tabor City on Dothan Road. My friend, Sherry Barnes. Bravo, Sherry.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this month's edition of Inside Out, and we're going to do it all over again in December with the holiday spirit. And remember, during this Thanksgiving season, when you've got your health and the love of your family and friends, you've got everything. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Inside Out is presented by HTC. This is life. Connect with it. And sponsored in part by Luke Rankin. Rankin & Rankin Law Firm. Experience you can trust. And by Clark Parker with Myrtle Beach CPAs, proudly serving the area for over 40 years. And by Magnolia's at 26th for good old-fashioned Southern comfort food, where Mama eats.